Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm big at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang, gold sports. What it is, man. Look, check this out. So, just trying to be cool about it. I didn't really want to say too much about it, but because I keep seeing it on my feed on Instagram and I keep getting pop-up videos for me to watch that I don't care to watch about this nigga. So I'm going to just make this plain clear to this nigga Tim Bradley. Just want to let you know, you got Oleksandr Usyk fucked up. All the way fucked up. For you to bring your bald head hoe ass up here and say that Oleksandr Usyk at this stage is not to be considered an all-time great. With his, he beat a couple of big guys, and he shouldn't be considered. Okay, Tim. Did he not beat every major heavyweight in the game right now, pretty much? The bigger names, the Joshua, when he fought Joshua was the biggest name in heavyweight boxing, if not the whole goddamn sport. I would say Canelo or Tank, but just to be on some heavyweight shit, so everybody say heavyweights run shit. At the time, when Usyk fought AJ was the top heavyweight at the time. He beat him twice. Right? Okay. Then he fights the arguably number 2 heavyweight in the division, Tyson Fury. Beat him twice. So you saying because he beats a couple of dudes, blah, 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 all this other shit. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. I should give it to him because of that? No, you should give Oleksandr Usyk and make him an all-time great because of his body of work. This is arguably the weakest era in boxing, period. Most of the dudes that you would see that would do cruiserweight or heavyweight boxing is doing other sports like football or basketball. A lot of cats ain't fucking with this boxing shit. Or they doing MMA. Because it's more consistent and the duckery is far few and in between. The ducking happens, but it's not like the boxing ducking. Boxing ducking and MMA ducking is 2 different types of ducks. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so for you to sit there and say that Oleksandr Usyk is not an all-time great, based on your argument, you say you only beat 2 guys. Well, shit, it was only really like 2 major guys in the division. Those are the dudes with the belts. He beat them. Don't shoot the fucking messenger. He beat him. So he shouldn't be an all-time great, right? Now, mind you, he's undisputed. Now, mind you, Tim, you have never, ever been undisputed. Never. You've unified. You've given us some cool fights. You fought some big names. You come from the era where in order to be the best, you had to beat the best. That was the era that you came from. This ain't that, nigga. This ain't that. Based on the trajectory of the sport of boxing and how the game is being played, Oleksandr Usyk is a first ballot and an all-time great. The fact that he won undisputed in 2 divisions. Undisputed in 2 divisions, Tim. Oh, I got more. Trust me. I got more. But the fact that he won undisputed in 2 divisions ain't enough for you? You've never been undisputed, ever. But Usyk did it twice in 2 separate divisions, bro. In the 4-belt era, which is fucking unheard of. Who else gonna do that shit? What you gonna say if Terrence become undisputed at 54? He only fought 2-3 motherfuckers? Anyway, so Tim, out of your illustrious career, you've had 37 fights. 33 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest, 13 wins by way of KO. You have unified the WBO and the WBC. You spend most of your career chasing that WBO belt. The vast majority of your career, that's what the belt you was holding. I checked, check BoxRec. If you don't believe me, check the BoxRec. That was my source. I went to BoxRec. You see the nigga fights. Most of his major title fights, WBO was involved. So for the vast majority of your career, you was chasing the WBO belt. Right? And the fact that you sit there and talk about Oleksandr Usyk beating two dudes, right? That's not what gets him all-time great. You can't talk shit when you went life and death with Diego Gabriel Chavez. You went life and who is that nigga? Well, when y'all fought, you was 31-1. He was 23-2. And you went to a split decision with a nigga who ended his career at 30-11. If anybody go life and death with a nigga that ends his record with 30-11, they gonna crucify him via social media. Crucify him. Tim, shut your ass up. This is the age of information. We can look some shit up. We can Google. If you don't want to check my sources, Google and BoxRec and Wicca motherfucking All right? If you got better sources, holla at your boy. I will use them shits. Okay? But this is where I got my shit from, okay? Googled it, hopped on Wikipedia, looked these niggas up individually, and I got on BoxRec. All right? Okay, just want to be clear. So y'all won't just think I'm just shooting the shit and just talking out my ass. Oh, no. I did some research. I wanted to be clear. I'm like, where the fuck? Let me find out. And I found the fuck out. You ended your career with 2 losses. Oleksandr Usyk could end his career right now undefeated. 23 wins, no losses, no draw, no contest, 14 knockouts. He's undefeated. He ain't lost. And he done been through 2 divisions, nigga. And ain't took an L yet. Even though I do think he lost to Daniel, but it didn't count. So the nigga didn't take the L. Well, bro, you can't talk shit about that. Because he has done what you haven't. And they people want to consider you, well, some people, not everybody, but there are people that will want to consider you an all-time great based on the career that you've had. Right? And your resume is nice. When I looked at the names on yours, I was like, oh shit. If you know boxing, a lot of those names that Timothy Bradley fought was some raw niggas. Kendall Holt was a dog. Devin Alexander was a dog. And Tim Dog walked them niggas. I don't take nothing away from that. I don't take nothing away from what the nigga did in his actual career. But when you say the fuck shit about Oleksandr Usyk and he's done shit that you've never done, and to say he's not an all-time great for accomplishing something that you've never accomplished, nigga, shut up. Shut up. Shut it up. And you went life and death with the Diego Gabriel Chavez, nigga? Went to a split decision with that nigga? Shut up. I say that because don't nobody know who the fuck he is. Except maybe some hardcore fans. We casual niggas, they don't know what the fuck that is. I wouldn't be surprised some hardcore niggas don't know what the fuck that is. But anyway. So, the fact that he won undisputed in 2 different divisions, he should be all-time great just because of that. That should get him that alone. Right? But since you want to talk shit, when it comes to undisputed champions throughout the history of the sport of boxing, Tim, you're not on that list. When it comes to undisputed dudes that have fought and beat every major dude in the respective division that they fought in, and they won all the belts in the division that they fought in, Tim, you not on that list. When I go through the names that's on that list, shut your ass up. On some real shit. Because every damn name on this list will go down except maybe one or 2 will go down as an all-time great. I already know that Carlos Adams is not going to go down as an all-time great. But he did win undisputed in 1979 at welterweight. But he's not going to go down as an all-time great. But the fighters throughout boxing history, not these new niggas, the whole history. Here are the names: Oleksandr Usyk, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, Carlos Adams, Jermell Charlo, Joe Louis, Max Schmeling, Rocky Marciano, Gene Tunney, Jack Dempsey, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, James J. Braddock, Jermaine Taylor, Max Baer, Josh Taylor, Monster Inoue, Devin Haney, Lennox Lewis, Primo Carnera. Let's get to some others. And these is ladies: Cecilia Brawcus, Clarissa Shields, Jessica McCatskill, Katie Taylor. Oh, and I can't forget one of my favorite boxers that I used to watch growing up. I really thought he was going to whoop Floyd, but he didn't. And that's Zab Judah, last but not least, is Zab Judah. So out of all those names that I've mentioned, there is only one, or no, two. I don't think they're going to call Primo all-time great. But I've never heard nobody say Primo Carnera was all-time great. I haven't heard it. That don't mean that it ain't been said. I just never heard it. But Carlos Adams and Primo Carnera, I don't think will go down as all-time greats. Or three. I stand corrected. 3. I don't think Jermell gonna go down as all-time great either. But they are undisputed. Oleksandr Usyk did it in 2 divisions, and he also did it while being undefeated. You mean to tell me you can't be an all-time great, becoming undisputed in multiple divisions, and still maintaining being undefeated? You mean what? And Floyd Mayweather can get in just for breaking one record and being undefeated? Floyd Mayweather can get in there, breaks one record, and undefeated. And there has been other fighters that have broken that 50-0 shit, and wasn't Floyd Mayweather, but because they didn't have the fame that Floyd had, they didn't get the recognition for that. So Floyd can be called the all-time great because of his record, but Oleksandr Usyk and because of the record that he has, he ended with, and the record that he broke, meaning he beat the most world champions in 23. Oleksandr Usyk is the only person in the 4-belt era that I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, that won undisputed in multiple divisions, when winning undisputed in itself is a feat. So the fact that he was so nice, he did it twice. You mean to tell me he's not an all-time great for that? And along with the other names, aside from 3 of the names that I've mentioned, a lot of them is going to be all-time great, bro. Canelo going to be all-time great. Terrence going to be all-time great. Joe Louis, all-time great. Like, his name is mentioned with these niggas. His name has to be mentioned with all-time greats. It has to. Because him alone, these are the only motherfuckers that did the shit that he did. So, you mean and your name ain't on this bitch. Your name is not mentioned with these niggas. I just gave you every undisputed champion, man or woman, throughout boxing history. Okay? Gave you all of them. Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, James J. Braddock, Jermaine Taylor, Max Baer, Josh Taylor, Monster Inoue, Devin Haney, Lennox Lewis, Primo Carnera, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, Rocky Marciano, Max Schmeling, Joe Louis, Jermell Charlo, Carlos Adams, Terrence Crawford, Cecilia Brawcus, Clarissa Shields, Jessica McCatskill, Katie Taylor, and Zab Judah. You mean to tell me that ain't no good company to have? Tim? His name is with them niggas. Your name ain't. He can't be mentioned as all-time great. And these niggas, the only nigga that did it in multiple divisions or will do it in multiple divisions, from my knowledge, is Clarissa Shields. So what, Clarissa Shields ain't gonna get in there because it ain't that much competition in women's boxing? You motherfucking lie. You a motherfucking lie. Granted, it ain't that much competition in female boxing, but Clarissa Shields still is that bitch, bro. Clarissa Shields still set the tone. She set the bar for women's boxing. And you mean to tell me she not gonna get in that bitch? She ain't gonna be all-time great? Fuck out of here. They call Ann Wolf all-time great women's boxer. She ain't fight nobody. Layla Ali only fought one major marquee bitch, and she's gonna be an all-time great. Basically, because it's probably her dad. But either way, she's gonna be considered an all-time great. And you mean to tell me with Oleksandr Usyk doing 10 times as much as them, he not gonna get considered all? Tim, shut up. Tim, shut your mouth and your bald head black ass the fuck up. You blowing smoke, bro. You're blowing smoke. If Oleksandr Usyk retire right now, which I think he should, but I doubt it. I think he gonna fight Zhang. But he should. But if he was to retire right now, he is 23-0 with 14 knockouts and is a 2-time undisputed champion, bro. That's first ballot, all-time great shit. And what you gonna say? Oh, because he didn't fight this person, or he only fight. You can say that about hella niggas. And you the same nigga that'll say Tank Davis will get in that bitch. Shut up, Tim. Stop talking, Tim. Because you'll be the same nigga to say this about Oleksandr Usyk and give Tank and Shakur galore for doing the same type of shit, though. But because it's Oleksandr Usyk, you want to talk shit, Tim? Miss me with the biased bullshit, Tim. Miss me with that shit, bro. You had a hell of a career. Hell of a career. Unified champion. You done it twice. I give you props for that. Hell of a career. You fought all the marquee dudes of your era. You don't have no gripe with me. Excuse me. About that. But when it comes to this undisputed shit, when you mention the names, aside from maybe 2 or 3 of them, out of all the names I mentioned, about 2 or 3 of them bitches, you mean to tell me that he don't deserve to be an all-time great? He don't deserve to be mentioned with these dudes? And a lot of these cats didn't win it twice. They just did it once. And some of these dudes, they actually reigned as champion, defended their shit. But a lot of these niggas, if any of these niggas, they didn't do it twice in 2 different divisions. And they're considered to be all-time greats. And Oleksandr Usyk ain't gonna be considered. Shut up, Tim. Stop, Tim. Stop. Please. Some shit you say, it be like, bro, you blowing smoke and you putting your foot in your mouth. And you need to shut the fuck up. Straight up. Oleksandr Usyk is an all-time great and a first ballot Hall of Famer, bro. Period. It's not his fault that we are living in the softest era in boxing history. One.